Louis Therouxs' documentary Inside the Manosphere is literally a legitimate masterpiece. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, the Manosphere, as many of y'all know, for those of y'all have been watching these social media streets, has been exposed literally for years. However, when Louis Therouxs came through and actually did his documentary with his professional video cameramen, him being a professional journalist, literally the whole 9 yards, it literally sealed the whole ordeal, and we are able to actually have confirmations on who these pseudo gurus mainly are. And the pseudo gurus I'm talking about is mainly HS Tiki Taki, Marvin Gaines, Jay Waller, and some weird streamer by the name of Ed Matthews, who is famously known for asking random women to literally sniff his armpits. Women that he hasn't even met, or they haven't had met him, vice versa. He asked those women to literally smell his armpits.
Do my armpits smell alright?
No.
How weird can you be? Now, it shows some intrigue in regards with the film that I actually do love about, and that confirms definitely alibis in regards who these definitely deeply insecure, deeply traumatized men really are, because many of them in the film. Oh, I forgot about Sneeko too. I forgot about him too. Yeah, Sneeko as well. Many of them, many of them don't have a dual parent household. They either have a single mom or they have an absentee father that comes in every so now and then. So it's some crazy stuff, and they actually stem from that childhood trauma, and they take everything out and refuse to actually just go speak to a therapist, actually trying to find ways to actually heal that trauma and overcome it. They take all of their anger primarily towards women, towards people that are blue-pilled or whatever grade pill that they are. And at the end of the day, it's never really about self-improvement when it comes with the whole general manosphere in general. It is mainly, and I repeat, it is mainly about having an ideology within the pseudo red pill manosphere community, which is all mainly about. You gotta be hardcore super red pill, hardcore ultra conservative, hardcore all right, be hardcore racist, be hardcore anti-Semitic, the whole 9 yards, just to try to fuel the narrative and be within their pool or circle of friends that they want to actually sell by. And they want to sell this ideology and they want to sell this lifestyle to other insecure, damaged men who've gone through some self-trauma as well in their lives, who've had some bad luck throughout their lives, who've down on their luck recently, who have some issues, especially definitely during the pandemic as well. We see a lot of men are mainly seeking guidance, and unfortunately, they've actually just fell into the subtle trap when it comes to ideology without even knowing it, until it took some time for them to actually do some research, for some to start off on who these people are, doing their due diligence, and to come to find out they're not really who they say they are. Many of them are mainly grifters. Many of them literally try to act, actually I want to say try, many of them fleece off their supporters. You, the consumer, you, the insecure and traumatized man that's looking to try and find a way to literally improve. They make bank off your naivety. They make bank off your insecurity. They make a bank off of your stupidity and unawareness, due to the fact that they mainly have been playing y'all just to try and actually get a buck, while meantime, y'all here literally trying to get into their top upper echelon, in which realistically that's not realistic on the table due to the fact that we have an economically finite number of resources. It can have inflation potentially rising mainly down the line as well. So, and they're out here literally fleecing young men. Whether or not it sells, whether or not it doesn't sell, they do not care. They're all about mainly fleecing you. They tell you to actually mainly stop avoiding OF models. They tell you don't be dating OF models. Don't be coming through and being like Bonnie Blue, but yet they out here literally housing OnlyFans models, actually making a profit out of them. And you see HX Tiki Taki literally trying to make an attempt to interview Bonnie Blue and literally trying to shame her right in front of a general audiences. If you really hate her that bad, why bring her on there in the first place? Again, they are never really about self-improvement. Many of these douchebags that are up in this video, they're actually looking for a daddy still themselves. They are mainly here to mainly get attention and mainly get clout just to make some extra profit. And it was the sealer that knocked everything like behind the camel's back. It was the icing on the cake for me. Shout out to Louis Therouxs for actually making a masterpiece of a documentary. Shout out to Netflix for actually literally posting that video literally up on there. It's definitely like a good video for anybody to actually literally watch. And for all you young men, okay, especially all young teenage men that are going through some trauma right now, that's definitely going through some stuff that actually or got you tempted to watch stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you, man. The only person that you gotta worry about proving and self-improving is mainly to mainly impress yourself and to mainly improve your self-worth to mainly better you. Forget what anyone else think. Who gives a fuck what anyone else think? Who gives a fuck what any other man thinks? Because even as you rise, and these pseudo red pill gurus won't tell you this, even as you rise, you're gonna still have a lot of people that are gonna be very salty and are gonna be very jealous based on your successes, and they're gonna find any way that they can to really try and bring you down or try to sabotage you down in their wake. Realistically, depending on what type you are, depending on who you are, and depending on what color you are as well. So any person you have to rely on you only have to really try and prove and actually try and get everything done and actually prove to your best of your ability to try and impress is you. The person in the mirror at the end of the day. All right? Worry about your own self-worth. Don't be proud, but don't be heavily focused on money, cars, clothes, hoes, however it is, because all that stuff is superficial.
I'll see comments sometimes a bit like, yeah, he thinks money is everything, but he'll never understand what it's like to have true happiness and a family and have a woman truly love him for something more than his money. Bullshit, asshole.
Okay? All of it is. All of it is literally superficial. You know what I'm saying? You can't just focus on the external alone when it comes with women. You also have to treat people respectfully. You also have to have great character. Some that many of these pseudo gurus will never tell you anything about. They saying, hey, money can't beat everything. Understand? They tell you, oh, it's bullshit. Money is everything. That's a complete lie. Because you can lose literally everything tomorrow. You can have a shortcoming. You could be laid off from your job. Or you can have things may not have gone well for your business. Or we may deal with another depression or a great depression economically, where it's all the fortune can literally be lost. So, as I say again, be yourself. Enjoy who you are at the mirror. Love your hobbies. Stay confident within yourself. Even Louis himself, he's a documentary man who is a husband himself, as well as a father of 3 kids. So, given his viewpoint and given what he said in the Fresh Fit podcast, he knows what he's talking about because he's an active father and he's an active married man as well, with a loving wife and literally a loving 3 kids. So if you're looking for some masculinity that you're literally looking to follow, Louis is definitely one of those guys, not these 4 douchebags that you mainly see up on camera. Non-married, literally trying to play games, literally trying to make sure they try and minimize accountability, try and maintain their dominance, and literally trying to avoid accountability however they may see fit. You know what I'm saying? Deeply, deeply insecure, deeply traumatized men that you need to literally avoid at all costs. Love yourself. Love what you do. Stop worrying about other people. Mainly focus on yourself. If there's issue with really what goes on and you claim you really don't even care about all the people that's in there, why do you need to actually come through and really try and complain and actually say F this guy or fuck this guy, however it may be, I'm the richest in the world? Because it shows your insecurity mainly at the end of the day. If you really truly didn't care about him, you wouldn't be talking about him. Right? So, you don't want to be around people that are extremely hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? And for the parents that actually are watching this and your son or your teenage son maybe going through some stuff like this, or he may see something like this either through peers or their friends, definitely up in high school. Definitely educate him, or if you're an older cousin or an older family member, definitely educate that young boy, okay, about your experiences when it comes with relationships and livelihoods and what it takes to actually literally lead by example. You know what I'm saying? And be thoroughly honest with yourself and be thoroughly honest with him and give that person encouragement. Work on these things together, do due diligence together on who these people are, so that he'll be able to make a thorough decision to literally try and better improve his life. Because unfortunately, this Manosphere stuff isn't going nowhere, because there's going to be much more insecure and naive men and boys that are going to be listening to this nonsense, the way that everything's been going on, with all the chaos that's going on in the world. Don't be surprised if it continues to blow up more and more and more, which is extremely important that you actually make sure that you stay involved in a young kid's life and to keep him active and to keep him encouraged, to make sure that he is still worthy and to make sure that he is still valuable. Make sure that he does still have value in his life through the support of his family. All right? The whole men ain't really born with value BS is just some nonsense. Value is mainly attained and value is mainly developed when you develop self-worth within you. And that's the main takeaway that I want to actually try and deal with, and I actually want to discuss with the moral of that documentary with that Louis Therouxs has mainly done. What a classic! What a classic documentary! Great job by him. Great job by Netflix.